These condo owners lost over $1 million. Why do condos in the core central region lose money, even with it being in the close proximity to the MRT and in the prime district of Orchard and Marina? How can we avoid such pitfalls? Hi there, I'm Rachel and I help to analyze the real estate market. Marina District 1, majority of the projects here actually have been losing money. Let's take a look at Marina Bay Suites for example. Marina Bay Suites is only about 4 minutes walk to the downtown MRT. It's a 99-year-old project and it's District 1 downtown core. So looking at the transactions that happened so far, there were a total of 45 transactions. 35 of them were unprofitable and there were only 10 profitable transactions. Out of the 35 transactions that were unprofitable, there were a total of 12 owners that actually lost over $1 million. In fact, ever since it was launched, the owners here have been losing money ever since, and they have lost about negative 3.84% per year. And when I take a look at the surrounding projects in the area, they also have a similar performance where majority of the transactions resulted in a loss. For example, V on Shenton, it's also within walking distance to Shenton Way. And in this case, there were a total of 35 unprofitable transactions and only 10 profitable transactions. In fact, when I look at the profits over here, I would not even consider that these numbers are profitable, because when you factor in things like your buyer stamp duty, your maintenance fee, your agent's fee, your property tax, you actually hardly make any money at all. And if I were to look at the chart of the properties, you can see most of the PSF over here have been sideways for a long period of time or have actually dipped significantly. And this is also considering that there was a black swan event that happened in 2020 where COVID happened. In all other condos, the market forces push the property price up. But in this case, you do not see this actually happening in this district. So the losses here would have been even more substantial. The tender for the site at Marina Gardens Crescent has also not been awarded. The sole bidder, which is Guaculand, was assessed to be too low. So this also shows that the developers themselves are wary of such areas as well. So why is it that these properties do not make money? Looking at the buyer profile, do you notice something similar between them? There's actually a very strong percentage of foreigners buying properties in the CCR region, compared to the OCR region, like for example Treasure at Tampines, Riverfront residents, where you see actually a very strong buyer profile of Singaporeans, at least 80%. So as we know, the ABSD rates for foreigners to buy a property in Singapore has actually increased to a whopping of 60%. Previously it was only 30%, and it has doubled significantly. So of course, in this case, foreigners or PRs who has already purchased a property will not be willing to exit or cash out, because this will cause them to pay another 60% of ABSD in their next purchase. It does not make sense for them to do so. So what does this mean for the rest? Well, lesser volume of transaction would cause lesser movement in your property prices. If all your neighbors are not exiting and holding on to their property, there is no transaction for the banks to take their valuation from. So in this case, your property value would really become stagnated over time. Even there was an article that suggested to the government to reduce the ABSD rates for foreigners in such areas to spur more demand and rejuvenate the area, for example in Marina South. Let's take a look at District 9, Hilos Residence, a freehold project which is only about a 15 minutes walk to Ion Orchard. Looking at the past transactions, this is what we observe. In fact, there were a total of 40 unprofitable and only 3 profitable transactions. That is like a 95% chance of losing money in this project. Looking at the profit loss, you can see most of them have also lost over $1 million. And just 15 minutes away is OUE Twin Peaks. And from what we observe, there is also a huge percentage of people losing money in this condo. So this is also only a 10 minutes walk away from Orchard Road. So why do these projects lose such a significant amount of money? So first of all, when I look at OUE Twin Peaks, the supply of condo here is very difficult for one to exit. If you also notice, this is a 99-year-old project surrounded by a freehold district. As the tenure of this project runs out, the value of the project starts to drop remarkably. As a resale buyer, one would definitely go for a freehold project since the PSF gap between them isn't as much. There are also so many other choices for them to pick. The supply around here is just way too much. Also, there isn't much schools around the area, hence it won't be a top choice for families. Many of these properties over here make up a very niche and a very different market segment that caters to a small group of buyers. So if we have only one property that we can purchase without incurring ABSD, we should make sure that that property is the right purchase. Being in the CCR may sound glamorous, but it's very important to do your own research and your own due diligence because majority of them do lose money. Okay, so do comment below if you wish for me to analyze other opportunities in the market or other pitfalls to avoid. Thanks, like and subscribe. If not, you can always contact me at my number below. See you in the next video to find out where the next plot of gold is. Bye!